that video earlier was too loud, so let's try again here. All right, today we're talking about the units of capacity or volume in the customary units of measure. So that's what we use all the time. Now, if you look over here, we're talking about ounces, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. All of these are units of measure of what our typical items at the grocery store are measured in, what you might use in a recipe. They should be pretty familiar to you. Now, I want to show you guys something, but I'm not really great at drawing it, so let's see if we can find a picture of it. This is just a trick for remembering how many quarts are in 1 gallon, how many pints are in a quart, how many cups are in a pint. And we could have made this at school. This is how I remember it. Oops. Okay, so if you look here, we've got one big G. That's in 1 gallon. Within 1 gallon, we have 4 Qs, stand for quarts, and then in each quart has 2 pints, and each pint has 2 cups. So we've got one big G, 4 quarts, and then 2 pints in each quart and 2 cups in each pint. This just helps us to remember the conversions over here. So we know there's 2 cups to every pint, 2 pints in every quart, and 4 quarts in every gallon. Not that you need to be drawing this either, but it might be something to put on the top of your paper just so you remember. You can always pause this and copy it, or you could look up your own little gallon man. Some people like to make the robots so that you see how many of each. And if you want to go one step further, I don't know if anybody does it with ounces too, but it doesn't look like most people. Oh, here we go. So here's, oh no, they didn't. I don't think anybody does it with ounces. Here's a prettier one. 1 gallon, 4 quarts, 2 pints in each, and 2 cups in each cup. So it's just a resource for you. You're welcome to write on the top of your paper as a reference, but we're going to get to work here doing some conversions. Let's start by going from a big unit of measure to a smaller unit of measure. So let's try going from pints to quarts. Let's get our conversion over here. We know we've got, pints to cups. I don't remember what I said, but for the pints, and then we're going to go over here to cups. We have 364 pints, and we're converting that to cups. And to go from pints to cups, it tells me to multiply times 2. So let's do some multiplication here. 364 times 2. 4 times 2 gives me 8. Sorry, my dishwasher's crabby. I paused it. That's why it's beeping at me. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 down below, the 1 up top. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Gives me 728 cups. So we just went from pints to cups. There's 2 cups in every pint, so going from 364 pints, we now have 728 cups. So let's see if we can go from a small unit of measure to a big one. Let's go quarts to gallons. When I have 440 quarts, here comes Dottie click-clacking away on my floor, if that's what you hear. And then to gallons. It's kind of interesting the way that these unit abbreviations were made. Gallons is capital G, but then we've got others that are lowercase, you never know. Okay, going from quarts to gallons, we need to divide by 4. Let's do some long division here. You might be able to do this in your head if you notice that 44 is divisible by 4, because 4 times 11 is 44, and then add a 0 would be 110. But let's verify with math down here. We're going to put our 4 on the outside. We'll put our 440 on the inside. 4 goes into 4 one time, which is 4. Minus is 0. Bring down the 4 is 4. 4 goes into 4 one time, which is 4. minus a 0 again, bring down the 0. 4 goes into 0, 0 times, which is 0 minus is 0. So like we guessed, 4 times 110 gives me 440, or 440 divided by 4 is 110 gallons. I don't think there's, and my train of thought was lost there for a second. But let's just be careful with the correct direction. If you know that you're going from a small to a bigger unit of measure, you're going to divide. And if you're going from a larger unit of measure to a smaller one, you multiply, just like your chart shows you. And I think that's all the notes I have for you today. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.